Swinnerson gets the ball down. It's picked up there and gone. Cleared by Werribee. Comes out wide and goes to Johns. Feeds the handball up. It's coming through there is Fitzsimmons. He reads the play better. He's chased down by Ellis. A free kick's been given. And he's going to have to come back, the umpire says. But Derek Fitzsimmons will come back and take the kick right on centre wing. So play has started probably just a couple of minutes early, I think, here. We've got the game underway. And North Geelong, as I said, I'm not too sure which way this breeze is favouring either at this stage, but looking at the flag, it's probably coming straight across the ground. So the ball goes into the half-forward line. A good ball from behind. Players run and chase the ball with Van Kriegen. Ellis from Werribee picks the ball up. Now it's with Bryant. Gets through the contest. Time to steady. Kicks round the corner. Goes looking for Fletcher. He's got space by himself. Picks the ball up. Again, gets away on the left foot. Kick's not good going forward, but Elsie comes out. Oh, Fopiani chips in. Kicks round the corner, but can't bring it back far enough and puts the first score on the book. Grub.
Yeah, very long time from Belpo still. And
the ball's kicked out and it's gone to Burke at centre-half back. He plays on now and goes to the base side of the ground. Runs around Elsie, kicks wide, goes to the wing. Good strong mark out there and it's been taken by Smith. So Smith on the centre wing has the ball. Kicks the ball in towards the half-forward line. Schrimberg comes out, can't take the mark. A good spoil from behind. The umpire, I thought he blew the whistle. It must come from the netball courts, but it's come back now in the hands there. The player, and Smith once again goes over the half-forward line. Coming out is Calvert. Picks the ball up nicely. Good quick hands. Comes wide. John's running down the field. Has Fletcher covered now. It'll be a race for pace. Cameron X Fletcher ran past him actually, but John's able to go back and collect it. Tackled by Fletcher. Ball comes out. Picked up there by Swinnerson. Handball's not good in the hands of Werribee once again. Pressure game. A lot of pressure on there. Good tackling. Brady Watts lays another tackle. Ball's knocked out. Picked up there by Bryant. No, it wasn't. It was Barnett, I should have said. And a tackle has been laid. And it's in the forward pocket for the Werribee side. Ellis, the last man off the ground. So the ball. Rucks go at it. Shembry doing the ruck work against Table. Picked up, kicked forward there by Barnett. Comes out towards the half-forward line. It's picked up inside the boundary line. Good work there by Leach. Kicks back into the hot spot. Players come. I reckon that would have been Calvert. If it's his normal fly up over the top. Can't take the mark, but at ground level, North Geelong do work hard. And I think a Table comes out with the ball, and we'll give it back to the umpire. So forward line still. Werribee's attacking to the ground. In the reserve game, there was a bit of a breeze favouring that, but I think it's changed round. Coming out to McKnight, goes wide, looking for Swinnerson. Good.
Gets a tap, goes out towards Carlton, little handball, on towards Calvert. It goes over the top of him. Case is in the van, but great play by the North Geelong defence. But an errant handball goes over to Johns. He's caught with the ball, and the umpire says, too long, son. And the free kick will go to North Geelong.
Yeah, I think it's Swinnerson.
And that's young Swinnerson in the back, deep in the back pocket. He's going to elect to come out towards the wing position, half back. Up goes the big 17, couldn't quite get it. Fitzsimmons. It comes over the top now. Big Hardingham giving chase here, but he's not going to have the pace to pick up this bloke who would have to be.
Troy Greed
kicks inside.
Great play. There's going to be a free kick here too. Werribee Centrals couldn't see that, but might have been a very fortunate one.
He was pushing back against Todd Elsie.
It goes to Cornish. Cornish now hasn't got quite enough options, so he decides to go backwards, and he goes back over there to Langford, I think his name is. New bloke of the club goes over to Tadaro. Little handball. Out comes Molivus. There's the young connection we were talking about before the game. Puts it out towards Johns on his wing on his own. Johns has got plenty of space. He's going to elect to go on the left boot. No, he changes to the right boot. Nice little pass to Calvert. Probably dropped a bit short. Calvert with good play breaks through the pack. Puts it up towards Keisha, and Keisha takes a beauty.
Well, that's a good effort there from young Keisha, because he's got the hardest man in the league, I reckon, to play in Darren Matheson. So he's done a good job, found front position. Big boy too, Grub.
Yeah.
Yes, he is a big boy. He's one of those boys you were talking about, as we said before the game. And this, hopefully he can come up. But they moved the ball well that time.
Yeah, very, very well off the back line. I didn't know who the player was, the young bloke you were talking about before, but he's a very nice kick out there. And Calvert, he's a very good player. Just moved inside the forward line nicely.
So right behind the flight of the ball, Keisha comes in. And he's kicked that many a time at this ground, I would think. And Dean Keisha doesn't let down the Werribee side. He puts their first on the ball. Ball's up. Hardingham with the sides. Gets over the top. Ball comes down. It's knocked forward. Goes into the hands there of Burke, who kicks the ball forward in towards the forward line. Calvert's there. Stands his ground. Actually, it wasn't Calvert this time. Yes, it was.
Yes, it was.
I thought it was. And the sure hands of Simon Calvert has taken the mark. So Timmy Hable, he'll have his job. Lindsay Hable, I should say, he'll have his job cut out for him today. And Simon Calvert coming in to shoot for their second goal. Kicking from about 45. Nice looking kick off the boot's going to curl around, I think, though, and he's gone through for a minor score. So 1 goal, 1 there. Slop with the ball at full back, kicks the ball out, nice kick, goes towards Swenison. He can't take the mark, able to recover, flicks the handball out to McKnight, who runs out of bounds. And the umpire sees that. North Geelong Friars coming onto the ground. The ball's picked up there and cleared out by Greed. Goes towards the half-forward line. On Turks there, but he can't take the ball. And now by the boundary umpire. This time Brady Watts doesn't work. Gets it down to Ellis. Ellis gets through the contest, does well. Johns, long handball over the top. Brady Watts is going to be the first one to arrive, but also Burke's there for the Werribee side. Fitzsimmons emerges with the ball. Goes to Greed by hand. He goes back and chases it again. The player in Burke for Werribee. He's on hands and knees. Needs to get the ball out. Umpires let things go. But now he comes in and will take possession of the ball.
Just on centre wing here at Osborne Park in the match of the day. Werribee Centrals v North Geelong. Up they go. Big Hardingham in ruck. Gets the tap out. It's a lovely tap. Comes to Burke. Burke decides to handle, but it's beautifully smothered off the hands there by Barnett. They get it out towards the wing position, but Johns is in the way. Johns started off quite well today. Round on the right boot. Puts it up. Oh, he's seen a lead and just gets there to Chug. Chug, too far out to score. Has to look for options. He goes into the forward pocket. He's looking for Big Caser. I think it's Calvert. And Calvert's going to get another chance to put another major score on the board.
Very precise there from the Werribee Centrals there. They move the ball very, very well, and Calvert just seemed to be everywhere at the moment, playing very, very well.
In he comes Calvert. Has to be 45 out. Should he aim for the right post? He's done exactly the same again. Should have learnt from the first time, and it goes across the goals and through for 1 point. Allsop brings the ball back into play now. Left foot over towards the half-back. That's a magnificent kick. And it's hit the North Geelong boy on the chest as he puts it down towards the centre of the ground. Kennedy, who we thought wasn't playing, takes a great mark. Plays on quickly. Goes out towards the half-forward flank. It looks like Carlton out there. He gets onto that left boot that proves that it's right. Puts it in towards Calvert again, and Calvert takes another one. Well, what should he do now, Cal?
Well, if he's smart, he'll kick it to the right goalpost and should come back for him.
It's a bit like Fev last night, mate. He has to need those couple to get his bearings, I think. I think you might find this one sail straight through the middle.
It's important that they kick him, though, because if you've got the wind in the first quarter, you've got to make sure you make the most of these opportunities.
Yes. In he comes Calvert. He's bended back. Oh, he's kicked that straight as a die right over the goal umpire's head. And Werribee Centrals. And they will...
The ball back in the middle of the ground. Hardingham, Swenison up high this time, but Hardingham gets a second knockdown, goes to Ellis, tries to feed it through to Johns. It's picked up. Advantage has been paid. No, it hasn't. It's going to come back, so we'll bring the ball back to centre of the ground. Devon Ellis.
Never quite understood that rule. Could you just tell me why the advantage wasn't paid?
Unless he thought it wasn't a clear advantage when they picked it up. I've got no idea, but the umpires do make some decisions which we can't follow.
When you pay an advantage, the ball has to be sort of taken from that over the goal line, over the mark line.
So the ball's kicked in by Ellis, goes long and deep. It's down in the forward line. Keisha does some good body work. Ball's picked up there and kicked back towards Leach, who's worked up the ground, plays on quickly, goes towards goal, and there's their third from the number 3, David Leach. To the centre again, umpire throws the ball up again. Swenison this time up over the top. Good pressure there from Watts, picked up by Foppiani, goes over the top looking for Fletcher, can't take it. Johns does take possession, had possession, it came out, picked up there by Fletcher, tackled by Hardingham. Foppiani with quick hands, feeds the ball out now, advantage has been paid. Van Creeken kicks in towards the forward line, Elsey out in front. And that's what happened last week. They got that quick possession in, and Todd Elsey led out and took the mark.
Yeah, it was good stuff by the North Geelong player there. I think it was Fletcher again. He just got his head over the ball and got the free kick, and Foppiani was quick to get the handball away. And as you said, Dale, very, very strong mark by Elsey. It just seemed like the sea parted for him there and just got the knee up and, yeah, straight in the hands.
So Elsey comes in 30 metres out directly in front. Ooh, it's gone along a long way, but the umpire's gone back to the middle, which indicates it's a goal. And he indicates that. So we've gone back to the centre of the ground. Ball's thrown in the air. I suppose both ruckmen had a touch at it, but Kim's out this time. Ball is flicked over the top by Foppiani. Watts arrives in time. He picks the ball up, or tries to, knocks it out now. Swenison gets body over the ball, but arriving for the Werribee Central side. Grubber couldn't see who that was diving on the ball, but there's 2 or 3 of the Werribee boys in the bottom of that pack. So they're keen to hold things up.
Young Devon Ellis was one of them and Carlton the other. Up it goes now. Big Swenison almost gets a tab. It may have gone too hard to tell. Can't get it out of the pack, anybody here at the moment. Out it comes now to Todaro. He gets a right boot up forward, but playing from behind is Shembry. Gives the opponent a push. Umpire says play on. May have been a mistake. Over to Chug. Chug's pretty dangerous from here, but he can't pick the ball up, and magnificent defence coming out from North Geelong now. Out they come at it, and in comes Johns, who's having a real good first quarter, Johns. He gives it over to Calvert. Calvert's going to line up from a long way out. No, he sees someone on their own, but it happens to be Allsop from North Geelong, who takes a good saving mark in defence. Got a few options, so he moves out towards the half-back flank. And this could be... Pittman started off well as he goes to the wing position. Not a good kick. Could have been another free. Kennedy gets it out back to Foppiani. Foppiani has got the free kick's going to be brought back, and it's going to go North Geelong. It's going to go to Werribee Centrals, and it's going to be David Kennedy. Didn't see that one as Kennedy finds an option, and he gives it to Chug. Chug, you would believe too far out to score even with the wind. So he's going to bomb it. No, he's seen a lead from Keisha. It's going over his head. Punched away by the North Geelong defence. Nobody can pick the ball up. It heads towards the boundary line, and the umpire says give it him.
The play. This time, Chug goes up, knocks it back to the centre corridor. It's picked up. Handball there. Comes out. It's picked up now by
Chug.
I don't think it was Chug. It was too. Picked up and goes backwards. Finds a player there in Burke. Burke swings round the corner, and that's another goal. So Alistair Burke, he kicks his first goal of the afternoon.
Centre Hardingham and the big fella in Swenison comes out. Who's that? Allsop from full back. He's been moved out, but Molivus is in the van now on the wing position. He's going to have to go onto the left boot, which he does successfully, and he picks up, I think it's Dale Carlton on the half-forward line. Dale Carlton, he'll go left boot. There's no doubt about that. In he comes. Puts it up towards the full forward position. Keisha's got the front position, and he doesn't quite hold the mark. Probably should have taken that in the finish after good positioning. Oh, a big kick off the ground, and it goes out on the full, and Werribee will take the free kick, and I think it's going to go to Dale Carlton yet again. Little bit of bad luck there. He tried to kick it off the ground, and it went over on the full. Carlton now has to give it up to the captain, Brendan Chug. Chug's going to come inboard, look for the lead at centre half forward. Burke wasn't quite ready for it, but he shepherded well for Shembry, and Shembry will take the mark and have the resulting shot at goal from just inside the 50.
It's another good option there, Shembry. Very big unit, isn't he? Just looks like he could take the game on as a centre half forward, and that's just another option that Werribee Centrals have at the moment.
It's taken him a long time to make him want to play senior football, and hopefully it'll pay off now. He actually wants to play in the seniors. In he comes. Runs a bit close to the man in the mark, which means he has to put the ball high up in the air. They need a mark here, but a good punch from the defence. He's trying to claim the mark. There's definitely no mark there. I can see that from 50 yards away. Bit of a pack forms out they come. The Allsop gets it again. Lucky they got him down there. He's having a good day, and he puts it out towards, pushing the back, hands in the back, not paid. Comes up, unbelievable. Back into the middle now. Burke, is it? No, it's the coach. It's the coach. He could nearly kick it from there. He's a lovely kick. He hasn't got onto it. It still sailed through the points, though.
Goes short. Barnett leads short, and that target has been found. Now looks for options further down the ground, but Fletcher wasn't looking at him, so he chips the ball back inside and goes to Bryant. So Bryant of North Geelong, just at the centre half back position again, running is Barnett, but he goes long looking for Swenison. Oh, it's a good tack on the ball there from, I'm not too sure that was coming through for Werribee, but he gets the ball out, and it's picked up there by Swenison, who actually takes possession of the ball, kicks across the ground. Fletcher can't get the gathering ball. Kicks it at ground level, has support with Van Creeken. He goes on the right foot, he's a normal left, goes back to Barnett, and Barnett now on his left, comes wide, and de Blasio takes the mark. Oh, pressure there from Gelly.
That's 50.
Could be.
Definitely.
Good call, Grub. Good call.
Yeah, he had Fletcher on there, so it was a good call by the umpire.
Not sure about I like the rule, but it's there, and you can't break them.
Just held him up that fraction too long, so de Blasio now goes forward. He's right on 50. He'll kick from 55, and you would think into that slight breeze he wouldn't to get the distance, so he goes looking for Elsie. No, a number of players around. Bryant's up there also. The ball comes down, picked up there by Langfield. Kicks the ball, gives it to Foppiani. Foppiani off 2 or 3 steps has a shot at goal. He hasn't missed by much, but he has missed, and it's gone through for a minus.
Field to do the kicking in. He's going to go straight down the middle with this wind. He's looking for the big fella Hardingham. Can't quite take the mark. It comes out to his opposite number in Swenison. Gives it over towards that Foppiani again. Yep. Puts it up to, the bloke's running out as Elsie. Could have quite taken the mark. Good spoil though. Cornish gets the ball. Puts it over towards David Kennedy. We thought he was out. Lucky he's not. He's put in a good first quarter, but he's put it out towards the boundary line. It's not going to go out just yet. As a bit far away to tell who that is from here.
Smith.
It could be Braden Smith as he puts it back into the centre of the ground, but Swenison picks it up. De Blasi's there. Foppiani grabs the ball. It's either holding the ball or holding the man, and the umpire says holding the ball against Frankie.
So the ball with Montgomery now, who goes wide. Has player in Kennedy who's pushed up from behind, and now he goes towards centre wing, and Johns has been playing out, but it's not Johns that takes the ball this time.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. It was. I think it's hard to see when they run away from you. And the ball, the chip inside wasn't a good kick grub. You called it right there, and it's picked up by Bryant. He's looking for support. He's wrapped around the ankles, but comes out to Fletcher, who has time and space. Can run inside 50. Shoots at goal. Had Fitzsimmons over the top. Should have gone to him. But in this, it's Simmons, or Simons, I think it is. Simmons. He picks the ball up for Werribee and goes wide. Looking for and trying to find Cornish. Boundary line appears. He keeps it in the field of play. No, he doesn't.
He tried hard to cheat the umpire then, young Corno, but he didn't get away with it.
So the umpire will come in and take possession of the ball. So right in between, I suppose, half forward and centre wing. Ball thrown back into play. Richkie's come onto the ground to do the ruck work. This could be their advantage with Swenison doing most of the work for North Geelong. It comes out towards Foppiani. Can't pick the ball up. Pressures from behind. He's on hands and knees. Has time to steady. Gets the ball out to de Blasio. Handballs to Swenison. That's not good. Johns comes in and tackles. A good strong tackle picked up there by Watts. Comes out wide to Greed. Greed to Fletcher. Again with pace. Steps. But his kick's not good also. And again back with Kennedy. Handballs the ball out. And Mrs. Molivus, I think, getting onto the ball. He has time to steady. Has players running forward of the contest and plenty of time, and it's picked up there by Carlton. Left footer goes in short, looking for Shembry. Up tall when he's got his hands up, and they're not going to stop too many of them. Handball probably wasn't on at that stage, but the player did call it. Goes wide now, and it's picked up there by Johns. Goes back inside. Carlton's with the ball again on his left side. Goes looking for Calvert. Good mark, good positioning kick, and well placed there. Got themselves into trouble and out of trouble a couple of times there. And we've gone forward with Simon Calvert taking the ball in the forward pocket. Probably not the best position to kick a goal from today, but just needs to hang it to the top of the square and let the wind do the work. Simon Calvert comes in. 35 metres out from goal. It's a good kick, but again, he's going to come up short this side, and it goes through for another minor score.
Just some of the movement off the back line's been fantastic.
Foppiani puts it out now. Well, I can't quite see who that is. It's
Brian,
is it? He puts it out. Oh, hard clash, fair clash, though. Out it comes now. He gets the ball. I don't know who to know that. Halley, I think it was. A new kid in. Up it goes and towards Keisha. He can't get the front position, so he can't take the mark. Out comes North Geelong defence. It's gone back to Foppiani playing deep now on the left boot. Puts it out towards, Shembry gets in there hard and takes the ball away. Burke's in the van now. Needs a bit of strength. He has that. He has Shembry also. Shembry gets it over the top. It's Carlton on the left. Oh, he's missed that Carlton on his favoured left, and that was a bad miss, I think. His brains and puts it out there towards Van Creeken. Van Creeken now has nowhere to go, though. He decides to run around Big Keisha on the mark. Does it well. Gets it up towards Fletcher. Having a magnificent battle here with Johns. Honours just about even, maybe Johns. Fletcher now hasn't quite got enough options, so he's going to go back in towards Allsop, who's back at centre half back. He then looks for an option, gets onto the left, puts it up and towards the wing position. The North Geelong bloke was in the van there, but it goes to Swenison after a punch from Cornish. No prior opportunity, umpire, and he's going to ball it up. Good decision.
We'll have to disagree with you, Dale. I thought Swenison took the man on there. I thought he was very lucky not to be pinged for holding the ball.
He's a loping ruckman, mate. You got to give him that extra step, I think. That's the benefit. So the ball is tapped back down. Fletcher's there, head over ball, and that's his. It's actually been paid for a hold. And Cameron Fletcher will get the free kick. So Fletcher with the ball has players running behind. Van Creeken's the player he goes to. And on that left side goes in towards centre half forward. Elsie coming out, but going back to Blasio. Quick hands off to Foppiani. Foppiani kicks towards the square. Will it have the run? Going back as Kennedy. He makes it in time. Chips wide to the pocket. And some good play there from the Werribee side. So we'll turn defence into attack. Hopefully ball, but that kick coming out wasn't good. And Foppiani marks right on the 50-metre line. Kicks in short, and Elsie in space and by himself has come out in front of Simons and takes the mark.
It was a good mark by de Blasio before. You can sort of see Foppiani, besides his left boot, his cleanliness around the ball is very, very important to North Geelong, and Elsie has been the recipient of a nice kick from him.
So Todd Elsie going to kick from about 40. He's almost directly in front. Stabs at the ball. It's going to go out towards the forward pocket, so he hasn't allowed for something there, and the ball has gone out of bounds on the full, but indicated by the umpire to go short, and he does. Power station, I think, at the back there. So Werribee move along to 5 goals, 5. North Geelong 1 goal, 2, and 25 minutes gone. First quarter, the Grandy Cycle scoreboard.
Yes, Swenison just coming off now for that mistake. Definitely something that they have to keep their concentration with, because you can't afford to let easy goals slip like that in a contest where the other team will punish you. So just worrying signs there at the moment for North Geelong. I'm not convinced by them, and I think there's a few players that aren't lifting their weight. and on the other side of the coin, Werribee are just looking fantastic. Their ball movement is just wonderful at the moment. There's not much else you can really say besides it being very, very impressive.
I'll tell you something important, or not important, very interesting. Allsop's played a magnificent quarter down there at full back. He's come off the ground for a rest and gone back to what looks like a centre-half forward position. Very strange to me.
Yeah, it is actually.
Against the wind, with the wind the following quarter, I couldn't see any wrong with it. But putting him back there now, well, who knows? He might kick a goal and prove me wrong. But
I think it might be more important to move, if he's tired, to move into a position where he can still have an impact rather than on the bench.
Yeah.
He's probably not the fittest North Geelong bloke out there, but he's very effective with that left boot.
Hubbard go 50 for that every time. Comes out now towards, goes over his head anyway. Comes back to him now. Who's that, boys? Anderson puts it up towards the wing position. Van Cregan can't get the ball, but Molovas can. He goes back handball to Langfield. Langfield gets a nice solid bump from Allsop. Allsop picks it up, gets rid of it, goes over the top, maybe a little bit too high, and it goes to Langfield down there. Or was it Montgomery? You were right before. It is Montgomery. And Montgomery now comes in towards the wing position, puts it up to half forward. Shembry's got the front position. They push him out a little bit, goes over to Burke, who had the back. Burke's not a natural left footer, but he gets onto it anyway. It's a beautiful kick, and Calvert can't quite take the mark. North Geelong get a free kick in. No, Payon's the call. I thought it might have been. And I think that might be the siren to end the first quarter here at Osborne Park in the match of the day.
So at quarter time here at Osborne Park, North Geelong 1 goal 2-8. They trail Werribee, who are fire and sounded here to start the second quarter here at North Geelong. As we said, a solid lead to Werribee, but we believe that North Geelong will kick with the aid of a short breeze. The ball comes from the centre, kick from Hardingham, goes forward, not picked up by Shug, but Chembry does. Nice handball out and goes out wide and finds that player in Chug, who kicks long on the left foot, goes towards Keisha, doesn't take the mark, goes back and gets it. Oh, a nice little quick handball over the top. The kick wasn't quite as good from the player who received it, and that was Montgomery, but it's now with the Calvert. He's taken without possession of the ball, and Simon Calvert may have had the first shot. No, he didn't. I think Dean Keisha took the first shot at goal, but the first shot's going to go to Werribee again, and this would be a great start for the second quarter.
Very good. Forward 50 defensive pressure again from Werribee. Their ability just to keep working hard has earned them the free kick here.
So Chug comes in. This time ball travels the opposite direction. I thought it might have, but it's gone through for a goal, and a very nice goal to a player like Kane Swinnerton. Does most of the work. He's obviously fit but needs some help. Ball goes up, comes out. Foppiani's in there. He takes possession. He's tackled. Don't know whether he had an opportunity, but the umpire agrees, and he will come in and take possession of the ball once again.
He's fit and strong, young Swinnerton. I'm not quite sure if he's tall enough just at the moment.
Yeah, I agree.
I think they missed the big ball Weiss, but he's up playing at Clunes, I think, in the other Magpie colours. So the ball comes out and kicks the ball forward. Fitzsimmons, front position, and takes the mark. Up and goes quickly, handball off, and it's player coming through there was a great chase from behind, but Pittman had the ball. It's now with Fitzsimmons. He tries to weed the ball out, goes wide, Leach back there, has time to steady. Looks like he's got a bit of composure about him, just runs around now, steadies, and a long kick coming out, going towards the big fellow in Shember. He's up, he can't take the mark. Hable tries to knock it forward, but the ball ends up now with Johns, goes back through traffic, goes back and will find a player there in Burke, and Burke now kicks the ball in towards Calvert once again, and why wouldn't you? Oh. Geez, I don't know whether his knee hit him in the head then or not when he hit the ground.
It was his arm, I think.
Was it?
Yeah, he was trying to punch the ball. All fair.
His knee dug into the ground anyway, and it stopped him pretty quickly. So, player was Brendan Chug.
Simon Calvert.
Simon Calvert, sorry. You're right. Sorry, mate. Yeah, and the ball's now kicked in. And Dean Keisha comes out in front and takes the mark. Well, this kid must have grown over some, mate. I can't remember him seeing being that big last year when we played against him in the under-18s, but...
Yeah, he looks really tall and strong. Once again, good ball movement there. Shembry dropped the mark on the wing, but they were able to recover. Johns, his composure on the ball has been a real factor in Werribee's good movement into the forward line.
So Dean Keisha with a kick, probably going to kick from about 40, maybe a bit closer. Comes in now. It's a nice kick off the boot. Actually, the ball did not even deviate 1 inch there, Grub, and it's gone through for a nice goal. And that was
still in there. No, I don't guess he is. Up they go. He gets a big lift this time and gets the tap out, but he taps it to Hardingham, who gets the kick, but it goes to Fletcher. Fletcher gets onto that right boot. Him and John's having a great battle. Puts it up, a hands in the back decision there. The umpire's seen that. He must have, because I saw it from here. And that'll go to North Geelong.
Jared Bryan.
And that's Jared Bryan. He puts it out towards the half-forward flank. Oh, it's a beautiful kick. De Blasi, is it?
Foppiani.
Foppiani's out there on the half-forward flank. He might have a crack from here. probably the right side to kick it. The wind will take it straight through if he can kick it straight. He's looking for options. Now he's gone for one. He didn't have the shot. Big punch from behind. No one can get the ball. Comes out to Kennedy. Kennedy goes back towards the defensive side of the ground now. Puts a handball to Molivus. Molivus gets it back there to Smith, I think it is, puts it out towards the wing position, and Carlton on a two-out battle. Carlton can't pick the ball up. Now he does, tries to get on the left, swings around, still uses his left. His right must be not working at all today to go to the coach in Leach. Leach gives it back to Smith. Smith comes out towards Johns. These two are having a good battle. This could go either way as well. Johns in the race for the ball, slips over, and so does Fletcher, and the ball goes over a bit of a...
So ball thrown back in, Allsop unattended there, knocks the ball forward, or it can't be picked up. And the
2 years ago, I think, maybe 3.
Yep, so there's some good kids coming through, and that's where you need to build your future. Ball comes out. Player's going to be the first to arrive, will be Foppiani. Slides, picks up, goes to hands and knees, handball out, finds Greed. And Greed now from the North Geelong side, runs from centre wing, goes in looking for Elsie. Player's going to be chipping the ball off. It's picked up there, or tries to be picked up there by Langfield. He gets the ball out. Handball's good. And coming through the contest was Kennedy. Gets the ball out again. Quick handball. Put players under pressure. Smith with the ball. Goes back to Molivus. And Molivus now runs. Kicks on the right foot. Goes back towards centre wing. Players run for the ball. Shembry picks the ball up. He's tackled. And the ball goes
thus far.
So the ball's tapped at the back of the contest, and Greed runs onto it. Has time, steady. Johns in pursuit, can't get there. Kicks sideways. Van Creeken stopped, let the ball hit the ground. It's picked up by de Blasio. De Blasio from centre half forward, loads up, goes towards goal. Swings it back, but not far enough.
Little piece of play.
Yeah, good point.
Simons plays onto himself and kicks the ball wide. Comes out towards Hardingham. He's in front. Doesn't take the mark. Gets to ground level. Burke picks the ball up and runs.
It's old.
Retired stage. So the ball's picked up there by Werribee side. Goes back into the centre. Mark's not been taken, but I think it's a free kick. Might have just interfered front on. I think that was probably the problem.
Yep.
And the free kick goes back towards Pittman, and Pittman kicks the ball in short. Van Creeken leads up. Was very good at that last week for a small player. Fitzsimmons comes short. Now he goes long. Elsie, no, he's changed direction. Nice kick, nice lead. And that's what a full forward can do if the ball's delivered to you properly. Get out into space, and Todd Elsie will go back now and hopefully kick the North Geelong side their second goal.
Very good lead by Todd Elsie. I watched him. He doubled back, and he'd lost his Werribee Central's player, and then Van Creeken was good not to blaze away, and he was left unattended, Elsie. So very good play by North Geelong there.
So Elsie from probably 30 metres out comes in, just chips at the ball. I don't know why they do that, but try to guide it a bit too much.
A little bit.
So the ball now from full back is kicked in. Favours Swennerson. He's up in front and has no trouble taking that mark. Kennedy was there, but wasn't able to get to it. It goes back by hand to Allsop. Allsop goes to the pocket looking for Fitzsimmons. 2-on-1 situation. I don't know whether he had the first possession of the ball.
Yeah, I think he did.
I reckon. Do you reckon, Grub?
Yeah, I think he did.
He plays on quickly, channels the ball back inside, and it goes back, and the ball and mark has been taken by Jared Bryant. And this young bloke is also a nice kick of a football.
Yeah, that was very good play there by was a Fitzsimmons. Fitzsimmons rolling round onto his right boot. It's very easy just to go if you golf in that position, but he looked up and used his eyes and got Jared Bryant with the mark. And he's a very good kicker of the football.
So Jared Bryant will kick from about 40, directly in front. This time he kicks through the ball, guides it nicely, and that's the result that the North Geelong side have been looking for.
Now, big Hardingham ruck with Swennerson again. No one wins the tap. It comes straight to the ground. Nice tap through there. Swennerson, a lovely handball. Out it comes now. Kennedy's in the van. Can't quite get it. Pushed off the ball legally. It could have been a throw against Werribee there, but it comes out to the coach in Leach. Leach gives it to Johns. Johns in turn gives it to Chug, who puts it up in towards Shembry territory. Oh. But Calvert's come from nowhere and taken a beauty. He's passed it off there looking for Keisha, and Keisha's dropped the sitter by the looks of it. Might have got one in the back of the head. No, says the umpire. In goes Montgomery. Nearly gets his head kicked off. Over it goes now. It comes back in towards the centre of the ground. It's picked up by the North Geelong defence, and they get it out into their coach, Foppiani, who's starting to come into the game. Puts it over towards the wing position. Who's that bloke? De Blasio, is it?
That's correct.
Couldn't get the ball now. It's holding the ball. Play on. Good decision. Back to that player. He puts it up towards the centre half forward position. The sitter dropped by Braden Smith now. The pressure's starting to tell. Out it comes. Swennerson gets in. Another beautiful handball to Opson. Allsop a handball when he probably should have kicked. Now he's got the ball again. Ball it up. No, they can't get it out. Oh, he's got it pushed in the back. No, play on's the call. And the umpire's going to play on the ball. I can't believe that. Oh, no.
And he's getting 50. He must have had something to say there, Grub.
Yeah, well, I must admit, though, no matter what the decision, you're always taught, especially now it's 50-metre penalties, don't say anything, boys, because that's going to cost you dearly.
It was a poor decision, though, I think. It was pushed on over the ball, and it just wasn't a very good decision at all by the umpire.
Yeah, players are wise enough now. They know they're not going to change the umpire's decision. It cost them 4 or 5 50s last week, so let's hope it doesn't come into their game again. Ball picked up there by Leach, and it's driven forward. It's a nice little chip kick, and the pass has been accepted.
By
and
Johns.
It's Johns who's taking the mark just outside 50, goes forward looking for Shembry. He's out in front, reaches the big fella, and does get the ball. So a nice mark and lead and kick by the Werribee side. So big fella now, Shembry, from just on 50, has the ball. Simon Cabot's in the air, it's in the goal square, so I'd just be putting it in the air. Goes in that direction now. Calvert's there, Matheson behind. Ball comes out in the spoil, and it's been pushed through for a minor score. 7 goals, 6 now, Werribee. 2-4 for the home side, North Geelong. And the ball is brought in quickly, and it goes wide, and Pittman has the mark. His chip short, has a player there, and on Turk, who's taken the mark, goes back, finds Barnett, and Barnett looking for Foppiani, has time and space. Ball will arrive just in time. Some good pressure there from Johns, picked up by Fletcher.
One-handed
bit of a lolly. You're right there, and the umpire was standing right in front of him, but it's picked up there by Leach. Goes back, finds Kennedy. Kennedy gets him way through the contest. Chug slits over, goes back now to the player there is Langfield, kicks quickly, and Big Hardingham pushing down the ground, marks in the true centre forward position, goes by hand to Burke. Burke's looking for option, short kick, not good, picked up cleanly, nice hands, goes to Johns, dribbles it off the ground, won't have the right bounce and goes through for a minor score.
Well, I tell you what, fellas, what did you do? You kicked the ball in the air, didn't
Exactly,
you?
yeah. No point dribbling on the
It's
ground.
a boundary line thrill you need from those ones, Grub, isn't it?
I mean, they're not Daniel Motlop, these blokes.
Yeah.
So the ball comes in quickly. It wasn't a bad kick, but Shembry, good pressure there, picked up by Ellis. He goes across the ground. He's got a bit too much carrying it.
Oh,
Burke,
mark.
great mark. Pressure there from both Swinnerson and Bryant coming at both directions. And the big fella, not big fella, but he put his arms up, strong mark, and about 40 metres out from goal.
He was on Hawthorn's list a few years back, this fella.
Really?
About 20 it was. He's about 37 years old, but he was on Hawthorn's list many years ago.
So Alistair Burke comes in. It's a nice looking kick off the boot. It's going to have the distance, and the accuracy is also very, very good. And it goes through for his second goal.
Swinnerson, he jumps very high, basically trying to nullify him, which he did. Ball's caught in the pack. They're going to give a free kick here. It's going to go to North Geelong. Don't know what it was quite for, but
Van
obviously
Kreken.
we're a long way away, and it goes to Van Kreken. He's got to find some options now. He's in the centre of the ground, puts it up towards the half-forward flank. He's looking for Allsop. Allsop sticks the one hand up because it went over his head. No one can... Oh, beautiful pick-up. He's caught with the ball play on. No, don't pay that umpire, because I don't think there was any prior opportunity whatsoever there, and the resultant free kick's going to go to Braden Smith. Smith now on the half-back flank. He sees a couple of short options. One's Kennedy and one's Leach. He goes to Kennedy, who takes the mark. All squashed in on that pocket there. The next kick will be very, very important. Kennedy has a look up the field. Most of the boys are covered here, so he's not quite sure what to do. Umpire's going to call him on in a minute. He has done now, so he just goes for the long kick up towards the wing and hope. Burke's in the van and takes a magnificent mark, Burke, and 50 metres, and will get 50 metres. No, he won't get 50 metres. Very, very lucky. Might have staged it a little bit, so we'll give the North Geelong boy the benefit of the doubt as Burke comes in now on the centre wing position of Osborne Park. Taking his time. Umpire calls him on now. Now it's play on. Burke goes for the short ones over the head of Montgomery. Montgomery can't take that mark, and through they come hard. Oh, it comes out to Montgomery again. He used the ball very, very well already and puts it up towards Casey. It's Calvert. No, it's Calvert, and Calvert's taken the ball. Oh, what do you reckon, Smitty? 45, just on the 50.
Yeah, he'll kick from just inside 50, mate. So you'll be better to know. Will he kick the distance? Slight breeze going into him.
Oh, I don't think the distance will matter. I think if he uses the ball like he normally does, the distance won't be a problem. Because in he comes now. 40-odd metres out. Gets under it a little bit. The wind's taking it across the goals. It's going to just sneak in for one behind to Werribee Centrals. Oh, they've played on quickly now. Out the ball comes out towards Fletcher and Johns. Johns takes a good mark this time. Had the sit, admittedly, but in a good position and finished the work off. Now he comes in, puts the ball up and towards the forward pocket there. It's all North Geelong here. Oh, someone nearly got a mark out.
Get an easy goal.
So Shembry knocks the ball to the front of the contest. It's picked up there by Bryant. He's tackled immediately by Burke, and there was no prior opportunity there. The umpire will come in and take possession of the ball. So forward pocket position. Ball up. Shembry, ruck work. Both players missed the ball, but it comes out the back. Picked up there by Johns. It's a kick that went high and long, but as high as it went long. Picked up there by Calvert. He's tackled by de Blasio. Ball comes out. Picked up there by Montgomery, who's tried to force his way through the contest. And players now dump on top. And I don't think that ball's going to come out. And the umpire comes in and will take possession once again. So just on the 50-metre line, Matheson again with that job, as we said, on Simon Calvert. Ball thrown in the air, Shrewsbury with the ruck work. Ball comes out, picked up there, and it's kicked forward by Langfield. It's just a chip. He controlled that nicely, I reckon. He meant that kick and found Montgomery, who's about 30 metres out, almost directly in front.
Just credit again has to go to the forwards of Werribee Centrals. Their ability just to create pressure and force mistakes and just get the ball and have short, quick kicks. That it makes a big difference if the ball doesn't get outside your forward 50. You can create more opportunities.
That goes back to the coach. I think he makes sure that the ball doesn't get out if he can help it. That's the main thing.
So Montgomery comes in, not looking like he was too confident when he was kicking the ball, but it's come back the right way and it's gone through for another goal. So
up it goes now. Reski's in ruck now. Gets a kick. Umpire almost paid a free kick then, but it comes out to Galley. He's caught with a ball, gets what I thought might have been a throw out. Reski took a long time to get rid of it, but he finally got it out. It's picked up there. Pittman picks it up, gets a beautiful little handball. Back to Van Creek. Van Creek up towards Johns, though. He chips in well. He's starting to get the better of young Fletcher Johns. Look behind you, son. He doesn't, but he kicks it there straight down the throat, Kennedy, and he puts it straight down the throat of Frank Foppiani. Foppiani gets it in quick. He gets it in very quick, and he gets it in well. And it's a nice mark taken out there by
de Blasio.
And de Blasio will line up only about 25 metres out on the very slightest of angles.
Yeah, bad kick again there, and Frank Foppiani just chipping in again for a good mark and a nice kick in there to de Blasio.
De Blasio, in he comes. Shouldn't miss this. And I tell you what, the wind's brought it back. He hasn't gone to that right post, and he's missed the North Geelong foot. Well, I think he will now as Simmons puts it in back towards the centre-half back position. Big Reski goes up, and there's a mark here taken. Oh, who's that?
De Blasio
again. De Blasio again. He's in everything at the moment. He's put it out. Oh, there's a mark and a 50.
No.
That's a mark and 50. Would have to be.
No.
And well, I'll tell you why. I've got a funny feeling he may not have thought he marked it. He's actually paid a free kick. If he pays a free kick for it, it's not a 50.
Oh, okay.
But if he's paid the mark, then it's 50.
Well,
that's what I'm guessing at anyway. But to me, from sitting here, that was a mark and 50.
Yeah, I thought that was a mark and a late hit, but no, that sounds perfectly fair. If it was a free kick, it's just a nasty free kick.
Well, it turns out to be a very fortunate free kick because a 50 from there results in a
goal. Yeah,
in a goal.
Kick that distance and Allsop would be one of them, but the ball's gone in short. De Blasio's led up the ground. He doesn't take the mark. It gets to the back of the contest. Pittman slipped over at a crucial stage. Ball comes back in the hands of Foppiani. Foppiani round the corner, has the distance but not the direction, and through for another minor score. Frank Foppiani 3 behind, so not normally his big prowess. That is, Frank would normally have 3 goals or 1 goal too or something, but ball paid on quickly. Now the umpire says there's something else happened. Someone's been in the centre square, I'd say. I'd say the Werribee runner's been caught inside the 50 when he's played on. I think he's looked back that way. It might have even been the trainer just attending to that the player that went down.
Doesn't the free kick taken from the 50?
I've got no idea, mate. Now that's what I don't know.
No,
it's a free kick.
The free kick's got to be taken from the 50 metres.
But I thought it was going to ball up.
No, free kick.
Is it?
Yeah, free kick taken from the 50 was my interpretation of the rule.
Late to Werribee, the ball back in the centre. Shrewsbury up over the tops. No, it wasn't. It was Retzky who knocked the ball out. It's come towards a wing. Leach is there, got his head over the ball, probably dealt with unfairly there, and that's the way the umpire saw it also. So David Leach, head over the ball, will be the recipient of a free kick. Has the ball from backward to centre wing, goes looking for Shrewsbury at centre half forward, going back with the fly of the ball, and it's not been taken. It gets the back. Carlton can't pick it up. It picked up there by Barnett. A quick kick round the corner, and Swenison takes the mark. Has players further afield, but he goes back inside, finds Swenison. Swenison turns quickly. Don't know whether he took his time there, but the ball has been smothered by Chug. Goes back on his right side, goes looking for Johns, chipping in there, and taking the mark will be Montgomery for the Werribee side. So again, some poor skill, I suppose, or decision making from the North Geelong side gives Werribee another chance. Ball goes forward, Calvert in front. Matheson tries to knock the ball to the front of the back of the contest. I think he played for a little bit, but ball comes out now with Anderson. Goes to Swenison, back to Anderson. Galley working hard. First tackle, then the second one. Now the umpire says, son, you've held him after he's got rid of the ball, and the free kick goes back to Anderson.
That's bad luck there, but good defensive pressure by Galley anyway.
So Anderson now kicks the ball
over your mark,
from centre wing. Yeah, the umpire's going to call it back. The play is still going on. Ball ends up with Green of North Geelong, but it's got to come back, and the umpire doing the right thing there. So Anderson to do it all over again. So Anderson now has players short, and it's Greed. He takes the mark, has time to run on, and look the ball, and kicks the ball long. Goes towards Dave Kenny, because I think he's the only bloke in the spot. But he wasn't going to, didn't look like he was going to take the first grab, but he got on the second one, and Kennedy will relieve some pressure for Werribee. So he kicks short. Leach slips in front of Allsop, takes the mark. He's trying to slow things down now. From centre wing. Long kick of the ball again. Shembry's going to be the target. He's up. Doesn't take the mark. Ball gets to ground. Johns runs onto it. Kicked off the ground by Barnett.
Tackled when he didn't have the ball. Umpire says, no, that's fine. Out it comes now to Woods. Smith and Big Smith takes the mark. He gives it over to Chug. Chug puts it up into the forward line. He beats everybody, and Case's standing behind. Can't quite pick it up. The defence come in hard. That's de Blasio, is it? I can't quite see from there. Comes out towards Carlton again. Carlton's going to let the ball run over the boundary line. Got a little bit of a ground. Big Shembry takes the ruck. It's a beautiful tap out, though, from the North Geelong boy in Swennerson. Don't you give Olden the ball there, mate. That's a ball up. No prior opportunity. Gee, I thought he was going to give that, you know.
Yeah.
It was amazing last week, Grab. We had 2 leagues not playing, and some of the umpires we got presented with the finesse of the day wasn't a good selection, I wouldn't tell it.
We were lucky. We had Murray Fanning and his boys, and they did a great job, actually. Out it goes now. Smith in the van. Tries to get a hand to it. He does so. Johns hasn't got the ball this time, and he'll get this free kick. Out on the wing position. Played it well. Over to Chug. Chug's now got the coach in Leach on. Doesn't give it to him. Bumps into his own player. What's the umpire done? He's paid a trip.
It's a trip. Blatant trip. Shocking trip.
North Geelong boys aren't happy, but the commentary, I didn't see it, but the boys in the commentary say it was there. Out goes Chug now. He's looking for Calvert. Gets a bit of a push under the ball, but he might have played for it a bit too. It comes back out to de Blasio. He puts it out towards Swennerson. Swennerson gets onto the right boot. He sees Fletcher in the centre. Nice. This is a good build-up here from Fletcher. Don't bomb it. Have a look. He's done that to Elsie. Could have got a free kick, Elsie, and he will.
I think he put his head down there, Grub. I think he might have played for that, and the umpire has fallen right into it, I think.
Yeah, I've got a funny, but it's very, very hard to depict now, because as soon as you put that hand in the back, you can play through it, whatever, but the new rule with the hands in the back, and I think it was right. I think he had his hand on him.
Yep. No, I have to agree as well. One thing that will come into play later in the game is that North Geelong are starting to lose a bit of discipline, and they're giving away some free kicks that probably don't need to be given away. So we'll see how that plays for the rest of the quarter in the game.
He'll kick this, Elsie. He needs to kick this. He's a nice kick for goal as a rule. He should put it towards the right point post. He's running out that way. I think he's done that, and he's put it right through the middle with a magnificent kick from just on the 50 to Elsie.
In the middle of the ground, Swennerson again still doing the work. Rescue's in there. Swennerson knocks the ball down. Watts plucks it one hand. Can't get a clear disposal. Umpire said, oh...
What happened there?
I don't know. He threw him out of the contest. I thought it might have been another case.
Where was the 50 then?
Yeah, don't know. Umpire said it wasn't much in. He might have been diving for it as well. But the ball's kicked forward there by Watts. Picked up there by Kennedy. Goes over the top. Running back the opposite way is Cornish. He goes back furthest to Simons. And now Simons loads up. Kicks back towards centre wing. Rescue in front. Doesn't take the mark. Swennerson from behind. Oh, could have been a hand in the back then too, I think, Grub.
No.
You reckon that was all right?
Yeah.
Jeez, you biased when you're 5 goals up, mate. What's going on?
There's a siren. No, he just ran straight under the ball, Nathan Rescue. Just ran straight under it.
So at half-time here at Osborne Park, we have the home side, North Geelong, 4 goals, 6. They trail Werribee 9 goals. Here, the ball has been thrown in the air. The ball comes out towards centre wing, and Hardingham with his size bursts through the pack and follows up again. Gets the handball going forward. Ellis with the ball. Quick kick forward. Goes towards the forward pocket. It favours Matheson of North Geelong, who takes the ball towards the boundary line. Calvert's in hot pursuit. He's able to get the kick round the corner, but he's put straight back towards Brennan Chugg, who taps the ball towards Shembry. Oh, he just couldn't get foot to ball. It's now in the hands of Barnett, who tackles it between his legs. Kicked off the ground by Calvert, and the first goal is on the board.
Crikeys.
So ball back in the settle. Hardingham knocks the ball forward. It's picked up by Greed of North Geelong, who gets a little kick sideways. Picked up there by Onturk, who feeds the ball back. But Hardingham, the big fella's doing some hard work early in the quarter. His counterpart in Swenison has come down the ground and taken possession of the ball. Goes looking for Van Creek, and out in front of Mollivis has taken a nice mark. Swings quickly back inside, and that's what they need to do. Run the ball, and it's back with Greed. Has Onturk running wider. Slow kick through the air. He takes the ball, holds it in one hand, and then goes forward. Kicks in towards the half-forward line. Target there was Allslop. Didn't have the carry, and chipping in was Burke. He goes by hand, and the ball is cleared back to centre wing, and Mollivis has taken the mark. So Mollivis on the right foot. Kicks further afield, looking for Carlton. Hands up, can't take the mark at the back. Barnett runs onto it. He's on his left side, just needs to pick it up. Well, a bit of a push in the back there. Wasn't much, but just enough to make him fall, and the free kick gets awarded to Barnett. Travels out wide, goes back towards Greed, who carries the ball towards centre wing. Long kick again, also up the target, over the top to Blasio. Good spoil from behind there from Smith. Brings the ball to the ground, and the Bets football. Ball thrown back into play. Hardingham up over the top, goes to Johns, goes back, and has found Kennedy. So Kennedy goes one way and comes back on his right foot. Just disposes of the ball in the nick of time, goes towards the boundary line, lands in the field of play.
Hardingham, well, he gets another tab out. This is the best game I've seen him play, Hardingham, as he gets the ball down. North Geelong in the van here, but no, Montgomery picks it up. It goes to Carlton, gets the handball smothered. Johns picks the ball up, has got a bit of time, gets it onto the left boot, chugs in front, gets a handball to Ellis. Ellis has a look up forward. He's looking for Calvert, bounces just in front of him. Calvert picks it up, gives it back to Ellis, and he misses. Gee, they ran the ball well.
Yeah, just wasn't tackled.
Fryers
puts the ball out. Oh, good mark out there.
Onturk.
Is that Jimmy Onturk's son?
I reckon it would be, mate.
He was a good player, Jimmy. Good, tough and hard, and the boy's taken a few marks, and he's following his dad's footsteps as he puts the ball up towards the centre forward position. Unfortunately, he's put it in the hands of Big Hardingham, who's taken yet another mark. He gives it across to Chug. Chug goes wide. He's seen the lead out wide. Oh, get a bit of a push in the back. He's going to pay it. Thought he might have jumped Montgomery. Might have just exaggerated a little bit, but the umpire saw the hands in the back and says, you can have a kick, boy. And he's going to kick it from just inside 50, 45 metres out. Almost directly in front.
How well do you think Hardingham's playing today, Grubby?
Well, this is the best game I've seen him play. When you asked me earlier, the changes, I thought last year he was down a little bit. This year he's improved every week, and I think he's best on the ground for mine. In comes Montgomery now. Usually a pretty good shot for goal. He's let me down a bit. No, it hasn't. It's coming back, but it's going to be a goal, I think. The players like it, and the goal umpire likes it.
Important part of this game and this process, I still think, at GDFL level. So the ball back in the middle, hands and knees, was Burke, but he can't pick the ball up. Greed comes through. He handballs the ball. It goes to Anderson, back to Greed, and Greed kicks towards full forward position. It's a good smother and attack, but the ball ends up in the hands of de Blasio, and there's that kick along the ground again. We don't like that running into an open goal, but the middle of the ground, the umpire has started play. Up again, Hardingham gets the ball down. Hands over the top, and Hardingham's trying to do some work at ground level again. It's picked up there by Anderson, who tries to burst his way through the contest. For somehow, Hardingham ended up with the ball, and back then with Brady Watts, who kicks the ball forward. Only goes towards centre wing, so Van Creeken taps the ball to himself, goes backwards to Swenison, gets through the first contest, handballs across to Fitzsimmons, and now he runs towards half-forward line, kicks long, and de Blasio going back, has lost Smith in the contest. Oh, Smith does well, knocks the ball out of his hand, kicks back towards the half-forward, but unfortunately goes back into the hands of Fitzsimmons. So Fitzsimmons just outside that 50, goes short, over the top. Player marks the ball, and that's Jared Bryant. So Bryant now has the ball. He's in within scoring distance, but a difficult shot from the boundary line with the wind blowing across the face.
Very important kick here.
Well, he'll take a good kick from there.
So he needs to obviously lay it up to the top of the square here, and I think Foppiani's pointing in that direction, but he goes long towards the goal square. Oh, also up by himself, didn't take possession of the ball. Don't know who's got the ball at ground level. It's picked up by the Werribee player there in, I think, Langfield, who pushed the ball through for a minor score. It might even be Dave Kennedy. But Simons plays on quickly, goes out wide, and has a player off and running, and that's Leach. He runs now through half back towards centre wing. Kicks long, goes towards half forward. Shimbry up, can't take the mark, it comes out in the contest, picked up there, will try to be picked up there by Montgomery, goes back to Ellis, to Dodoro, he gets round the oncoming player, now kicks in long, goes towards the forward pocket, Calvert up, Matheson from behind, spoils over the boundary line, and to be thrown back into play.
I'll tell you something which goes against the grain for me sometimes, is that you always teach your forwards to play in front. But when Leach gets the ball, the lot here. As in it comes, Shembry gets a big punch towards the goal square. It's a dangerous punch too. Calvert can't quite pick it up, but Chug does. He's going to get caught, Chug. He gets a handball eventually. Bit lucky. Out it comes. Can't pick the ball up. Anyone here. Over it goes to Montgomery now. Montgomery's seen two players on their own, and Calvert's the one that chips in and says, leave it for me, and I'll have a shot at me, second, third or fourth?
He'll be 4-4 if he kicks truly here, Grub.
4-4. Well, he's had enough shots up this end to know that you've got to go for that post. Let's see if he's learned his lesson from earlier in the game. Calvert, probably still 40 metres out. Got the 8 of the breeze. He's directly in front. He comes in. The kick looks pretty good off the boot, and I tell you what, it's gone. Oh, it's hit the post. Well, he aimed for the post and the wind didn't bring it back. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt. As out come the North Geelong defence once more. Oh, he's got the sit again, Johns, and takes a nice mark. And he gets himself into those positions. Gives it off to Chug. Chug's blazed away at the goals. And a good mark right on the goal line. I think they're going to pay a point. No, they're going to pay the mark. Can't see who that is down there.
Fries.
Fries, is it? I've missed him a couple of times. Out towards the half-back flank now. Couldn't pick him up either. I'm struggling with these blokes in this corner. Comes out towards Burke. Burke decides to have a shot for goal from the boundary line. I tell you what, the wind's brought it back. I think he might have kicked it. Bit lucky there.
Good. The ruck. Ball's thrown in the air. Swinnerton seems to jump early and does that a lot, but the ball's picked up there by Fitzsimmons. Goes out by hand, looking for Foppiani. He's tackled by Todoro. A good, strong tackle, and the umpire can't see the ball coming out and calls for it to be delivered back to himself. So we've moved just to the wing, bay side of the ground. Umpire throws the ball up again. And Hardingham with the left hand tries to knock it out. It's still in that contest, picked up by Bryant. Todoro steals it out of his hand, comes out of his hand, and Watts picks the ball up. And I don't think it's going to go too far there. Umpire comes in with no other choice but to start play once again. So a number of players around the ball. Hardingham this time a bigger swish, gets the ball outside the contest, and it's right in towards the half-forward line. Shrimbury comes out, has players running, frees an arm, goes back, picked up by Chug. Oh, he tried to probably do a bit too much, but he fell over in the contest and got a free kick. It probably was there. He didn't actually go to ground, but he did slip. Now Chug up to his feet quickly, goes towards the forward pocket. Case is there, Calvert's there. Case is up in front, can't take the mark. Bryant's back to support his North Geelong defence, and now he plays on. He wants to bounce it very quickly. He was probably lucky that he didn't get called for it. Comes out wide looking for Greed. He's up. Oh, got a bit of a backhander there. The ball comes back and it's now in the hands of Fitzsimmons, who picks the ball up centre wing, goes forward looking for Van Creek, and Smith's going to arrive for Werribee. Can't pick the ball up and will play. De Blasio doing the ruck work, but Hardingham knocks it to the front again. Anderson dives in the ball. Ellis is also on hands and knees. Umpire comes in and takes possession.
The game just seems to have lost its pace, a bit stagnant at the moment.
I think they're getting a little bit tired, the boys. Big Hardingham's going to go in ruck again.
So the
Up
ball
he goes. He gets an easy tap out that time, but Foppiani sharks it nicely. Ball comes out to Cullen. Cullen gets a push in the back, but it was in the tackle, so it looks like David and Goliath out there at the moment as Hardingham gets another tap to Alice. A good smother there on North Geelong. Over it comes to Montgomery, though. He picks it up and gets it in towards the forward line. Burke takes another mark, and he obviously thinks he can kick this because he hasn't even had a look. He's going to go back and have a pot shot.
I think there's not much you can really do to change what you've got, but I don't think that using De Blasio in the ruck is the right choice. There's no one else that really stands out in the ground that they can use North Geelong, really.
Oh, it's a beautiful kick. It's a beautiful kick, and it's a goal to Werribee Centrals. Listen, I tell you what, Cal, you're right.
6, ball back in the middle. Again, Swinnerton up early, jumps well, knocks the ball down, but Hardingham picks the ball up, goes to Leach, and now to Todoro. And Todoro goes forward. It's going to be going towards Calvert over the top. Casey knocks the ball forward, picked up by Chug. His tackle, ball comes out. Fryers now with the ball, goes in the left foot, goes to the boundary line. The only one there is Todoro, so here's time. Steady, goes over the top. Calvert unselfishly goes back to Todoro with the 1-2. Handball to Casey in the forward pocket, runs towards goal. Banana kick, and he liked it as soon as he left the boot. It's a goal, and Dean Casey, he kicks his third goal.
I'm in ruck against him. The big fella back from Swinnerton's back again. He's back in the ruck. No one gets a tap out, so he's nullified him there, but Carlton picks it up. A right-hand handball out to Montgomery's going to be caught. He just gets his kick in time. Calvert can't quite grab the ball. Plays for the free kick. Umpire says, no, you're not getting that one.
Oh, I've got to pick it up.
Oh, there's a free kick, not paid again. Might have got him a bit high, but Burke comes in. He has a support from Leach. Leach, he does a nice kick across the ground. It's probably dangerous. There's a couple of players there, but Big Hardingham's going to have to rove this. He does so, throws the ball away. The umpire says he must have got a hand to it somehow. I don't know how. Over towards De Blasio. He kicks a big rainmaker up. There goes Cullen, but it comes out to Leach. Leach now runs around. One bloke gets caught and throws the ball. Umpire, that's a free kick. Play on's the call. He's letting it all go. It comes out to Shembry. Shembry gets a handball to Smith. Smith's going to have a shot from a long way out. And I tell you what, it's just missed to the left. And that was a couple of free kicks to North Geelong there, boys, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
So the ball moved in quickly. It goes to the back pocket. It's picked up there by Onturk. I think he's pushed himself down deep in the defence. Runs across the face of goal. Goes over the top. Has McKnight. And McKnight now able to swing back on his right foot. Kicks wide. Needs to be exact. But he's just cleared the hands of Colbert. Now he's put Fopiani into a 1-2 situation. And Frank Fopiani...
He needs to run in his legs, the boy. Don't worry about that.
So Fletcher does the ruck work, which again is not the ideal choice, but it's picked up there by Matheson. He's carried over the boundary line, and the umpire comes in and says, throw it back. And he's been doing the training, but... yeah, you could just tell last week he just couldn't. He knew what he wanted to do, but his legs wouldn't carry him. But back now, Watts picks the ball up out on the left foot, goes towards the centre of the ground. Todoro's there, just cleared Brian's head, and Todoro picks up a nice little sidestep, gets around, goes forward, and a nice lead out there from Dean Keisha, and a good disposal there from Todoro finds Keisha nicely. So about 30 metres out from goal, 45-degree angle, and we'll sit right behind the flight here. Keisha has 3, lining up for 4. So they're key forwards. I wouldn't call Burke a key forward because he's been playing in the middle of the ground, Grub, but he has 4 also. So Dean Keisha comes in. All you're going to ask is to give this boy a chance, and he's done well. It's a nice kick off the boot. He's allowed for it nicely. It's straight through the middle. So Dean Keisha finds his 4th goal of the afternoon.
Who's that bloke in the ruck?
Habel.
Big Habel. He looks big enough. I couldn't see him before. Must have been on the bench, but it's to no avail as Hardingham gets it out and gets a kick. Chuggy's playing for a free kick, which he shouldn't do. Just go for the ball, son. Ball up, son. But, yeah, I think Chuggy's improved a little bit today, but he still throws the arms back. Give me a free kick. Just get the ball.
Yep.
Just get the footy. You know, most of his teammates have done that today pretty well. As umpire comes in, throws it up, Hardingham again. Geez, he's a lot bigger than that fella. Goes out to Langfield. Langfield kicks it into Fopiani. Fopiani's kick smothered. He's even doing the smothers, this big bloke. I can't believe it. As a lovely handball comes out towards Allsop. He's on the wrong foot, so he handballs to Fletcher. This is a good build-up. Fletcher's going to go inboard. He's looking for Elsie, but he's got 2 on him. Gives him a bit of a push. Umpire says it's okay. When he hasn't got the ball, Elsie gets a nice handball out, but it goes over the fence, and that was a pretty good build-up. He has got down the back line as well. He gets a push in the back. Umpire's going to pay it. And I think it was a pretty obvious one as he handballs off to Montgomery. Montgomery goes out towards Leach. Leach decides not to have a bounce and kick it 55 metres. Chug runs out and takes the nice mark on the wing position. It's a lovely kick from the back pocket. Chug now holds the game up a little bit, puts it down towards the half-forward flank. Shembry's his target, but he's got 2 on him, and it's a magnificent mark coming out there. Is that Onturk or De Blasio?
I think that's De Blasio.
De Blasio. That was a magnificent mark. Judged it well. Galley can't pick the ball up for Centrals, but the coach does. He might have a shot from here. He's a long way out. It's going to go over the top to Case. That's a push in the back. That's a definite push in the back. And that's a free kick against Dean Keisha. And I think that's the things he's got to learn. Use your body if you can. As out comes the ball quickly. Comes out towards De Blasio. I'm guessing, though.
You're right.
He picks the ball up. He's got a man on his own in the centre, which is McKnight. McKnight's been a little bit quiet, but he's put the ball up and towards centre forward. He's put it in the direction of Hardingham. Not a good place to put it in the form that boy's in. And he takes the mark. Handballs over to... Oh, I can't see that bloke from there. Oh, flew early was Calvert, and the fourth defence clear the ball. Oh, no, there's a great smother, but they clear it out, Smitty.
Yeah, the ball's gone out wider, and Van Creeken's on the half-back line, taking the mark, goes towards centre wing, played by himself is Greed, handballs over the top, Fopiani's running, but he's got put him under a bit of pressure there, because coming in from behind was Montgomery, delivers the ball back through to the running Kennedy, he runs over the top, he pulled a bit short there, Kennedy, Galley picks the ball up, goes back to Kennedy, I don't think he wanted it, now he's handballed the ball out, Smith comes through, but Van Creeken gets the interception, takes 1-2, runs inside 50, had Allsop there, everyone to use him, goes towards goal and goes across the face, unfortunately, for a minor score.
Just another really important shot on goal. If they were going to have any hope, they've had to kick something like that, and they've just blown it.
Simons doesn't waste any time, goes wide. and finds his teammate. Now tips ball back in the centre. I think Harley-Ann thinks he's a rover, ruckman and everything today because he's getting plenty of it at everywhere. Picks the ball up and it's now in the hands of Mollivis through the middle of the ground on the right foot. Goes towards the goal square. Oh, guess who's back there? Unfortunately for that player was... who was the grab? What was his name? Burke, who's been playing very well. I could see it going straight into his hands, but it comes out wide, and the mark has been taken out there, and I think it's Carlton that's taken the mark on the half-forward line. So if he's a left footer, he's on the right side for a left footer. So he'll go back and shoot from about 30. So Werribee, again, another chance. This will be goal 7 for the quarter.
He's on the boundary, but it's gettable for him.
Left footer comes in. Nice looking kick. Umpire didn't move a lot, but is indicating it's through for a minor score. And
out it comes towards the wing area. Nice bump by Foppiani. Pushes his opponent off the ball. That's experience. Comes out towards... Oh, who's that?
On Turk, that's on.
On Turk again. He can't pick up the ball, though. It's good defence. Back to Hardingham. Hardingham's knocked up, getting possessions. It goes to Mollivis, and he looks for the coach. And he's going to be paid a mark. Might have knocked it out of his hand after he completed the mark. Leach now, right in the true centre of the ground position. Not quite sure what to do. He's just going to go the long kick. He's looking for Keisha and Calvert. They've done it for him all day. They can't do it this time. But Chug picks up the crumbs, gets onto the right boot and comes inboard to Galley. Not 15, the umpire says, and I agree with that. And out comes... Bryant again. Bryant. He's starting to come good. He gives it to Fletcher. Fletcher back to Bryant. There's the old 1-2, and he's got past the tackle. Good play by Bryant and Fletcher combining. Looks for Allsop, and Allsop takes it on his chest. Decides to do a bit of fancy work and nearly gets himself in trouble. Puts it up towards Elsie, but who's Hammond back there? Big Hardingham again.
Handball off goes to Mollivis, and he comes out of defence. Handball's over the top, and Leach, coach, has the ball again. And again, the long kick going forward, and that's travelled a good 60 metres flat and low into the hands.
No, not that time, umpire. Not that time.
Calvert's indicating it was a push on the shoulder, but the umpire said there was 2 actions, and I think he might have been right with the 2 actions. But ball with de Blasio, kicks short, kicks not good, and Cullen chips in and takes the mark. So just inside the forward 50. Cullen, I'm not too sure of his kicking ability, but he goes short, and that man again, Burke, has slipped forward. Looks like a Jason Verstuker with hair, Grub.
Well, actually, he's not a bit of kicking ability either, young Cullen, because he's a natural back pocket, half-back flanker, so that's why he passed it, obviously.
So a good choice and a player in good position. So Alistair Burke has probably moved out of the centre in the last 10 minutes just to go and spell on the half-forward line. He's kicked 1 this quarter already. This is going to be his second if he lines up and kicks truly. It's a nice-looking kick, but the wind's not bringing it back like it did before, and it's through for a minor score. So the 15-14 now to the Werribee Central side, 5 goals, 7 to North Geelong. And we have gone some 25 minutes. Third quarter, Buckley's Entertainment Centre scoreboard.
Just quickly, Hardingham has come off for Werribee Centrals.
I think he might have just earned the rest, Cal, do you think?
Definitely.
Out it comes now to... They'll go for the play. Oh, it might have been on Turk.
Yep.
Good
got
mark.
Matheson.
Been solid all day, Matheson. Puts the left boot into it up towards the wing position. Reski goes for the punch, and he puts it out of bounds for a throw-in by the boundary umpire. Up they go. Reski gets the tap out. Picked up by, well, looked like Elsie, but it couldn't be up there. Up it comes. No one can pick it up because it's on the deck. The umpire's going to have to come and say, give it to me, boys. Clear it out, and we'll bounce the ball. A lot of players around the ball now. As up they go. Reski again gets the tap out. The umpire spotted a free kick in there, and that's one way to get rid of the congestion, and that's to give a free kick. Out it comes now. Oh, it's a shocking handball towards Allsop. They really bad handball, but who's that bloke, number 10?
Greed, I think it is.
Greed just tries to make amends, but he knocks it up as well. Out it comes now. They're trying hard, North Geelong, but a bad kick puts it down the throat of Tadaro. Tadaro's going to get caught with the ball, but he's just a little bit too elusive as he puts the ball up to the half-forward line forward pocket. Out comes on Turk, or de Blasio it was, sorry.
Blasio.
Just bombs it back towards the centre of the ground, and Mollivis picks up the crumbs, goes over to the coach in Leach. Leach puts it down towards forward line. It's a magnificent kick and a beautiful lead to Keisha, and he'll have another shot on goal.
That is a very, very clean set of hands there by Keisha. Great kick by Leach. Just noticing that every time North Geelong get the ball now, just the pressure, the perceived pressure, I think, is something that's just playing into Werribee Central's hands. They're not hitting targets, just basic handballs of player to player, 2 metres away, just being missed. And I think they're really just being pressured out of this one at the moment, North Geelong.
And he comes now, Keisha. Runs are very close to the man on the mark, but that doesn't mean too much as the umpire runs a long way across, but I think he's going to go back and signal the goal, and he does so.
Ball back in the centre. This time I think Hable actually knocked the ball forward, coming through his greed, attacked the ball strongly, but Werribee again back in there with numbers. Ball comes out the back. There's no real clear disposal here. Players all working hard. Umpire comes in and will take control.
I think sort of pressure around the ball and get some kicks.
So from the centre clearance, it's Fitzsimmons who kicks the ball wide, and Brady Watts picks the ball up, running towards wing, goes back to the forward line looking for Allsop. He guards the space, does well, knocks the ball to his advantage. Player there is Kennedy. The ball comes up, handballs to Fletcher. Fletcher can't pick the ball up. He does so now. Goes there to player in Pittman, hit hands and knees. So again, Werribee not letting the ball go too far without a lot of urgency there, I suppose, from North Geelong. And again with Fletcher, the ball's come out, goes towards Watts. Watts goes back to Greed, and Greed this time kicks the ball long and high. Goes towards Simons in front of Elsey. Over the top is Elsey. The ball comes to the front of the contest, but the three-quarter time siren has sounded, and probably just in time. 5 goals that up on the board there, but 16-14 says there was a high tackle and a free kick going back to David Leach. So he's been good. Uses the ball very long and well. Nice kick out in space, and that's where it went to. And Dean Keisha comes out and takes a nice mark. Now, I just watched him today. I don't know whether he leads all that hard up the ground. He might need to. He's a big lad.
Well, I think the difference today is that normally he stays back and Anthony Kitchen does the leading.
Yep.
Without Kitchen in the side has come to him today, and I think if he gets a bit more of this, he might develop more as a player.
Yep, so Keisha lining up for his 6th goal now. Comes in. He's done well. He has 5, so from about 45 out to get some momentum going forward. I think this is going across the face and will make it in for a minor score. So 5 goals won, so some good kicking from responsibility. Does the kicking in duties, goes straight down the ground, and Fitzsimmons, his target, finds him. He goes back with the handball to Foppiani. Now looks for runners outside, goes towards Fletcher, stretches, doesn't take the mark. Tadaro picks the ball up, and he chips the ball nicely into a space, and it picked up there by Burke, who's been a good player. Picked up there by Cullen. His handball's not effective. It's picked up by Fitzsimmons. He actually shrugs the tackle. Probably nearly got tell on the ball too long, but goes wide. And again, Fletcher just in short of centre field, takes the mark. Goes in the left foot, looks for Swennerson, sets him a target because he's given a bit too much air. Burke arrived and knocked the ball down. Hable picks the ball up. Now his handball's out, goes to Fitzsimmons. Again, the handball is not good, but he's able to work back and pick possession of it. Again, the headlock there, or scissor lock we'll call it, on the Werribee player. I'm not too sure the Werribee player was, but the ball has come out for Simmons to hand it back to the umpire.
Just another indication that Werribee a bit fitter. They're just getting more numbers to the ball.
Big Hardingham gets the tap out. It goes to the North Geelong boy. They can't get it out. Foppiani can as he puts a scraggly old kick up towards the forward line. Simmons was in front, couldn't take the mark. And they go. Big Hardingham's got back there again. He gets a nice tap out. It goes to Molivus. Gone a bit quiet, Molivus. Goes to Leach. Leach could almost be penalised holding the ball. Don't know how he got rid of it. Over the ball goes onto the deck now. Players pounce on it. And the umpire said, that's not going anywhere, so I'll ball it up.
North Geelong set Jake Short a target in the last quarter. They got him playing on Chug.
In comes the umpire once again. Throws the ball up this time. Up goes Hardingham and gets the tap out over the back. He's a little bit too big, the fella, but Fletcher picks it up, goes on that left boot. I don't think it was Fletcher. Hardingham again in ruck. This time goes over towards Langfield. Langfield taps it on again like aerial ping pong, but it comes out to Burke. Burke gets a scratchy old kick, and it's a mark there to the North Geelong boy. Throws the arms about a bit. That's in Fridays. He's a little bit frustrated, but he looks for an option now. In he comes, puts the boot onto the ball, puts it up to centre half foot. Oh, there's Werribee defenders everywhere. And the mark has been taken over there by Langfield. He puts it out towards Shembry, but it's gone over his head. They're in the van here now, North Geelong. If only he can pick it up. He does, the boy. I think
Woods.
There's Woods. Woods gets it over. It becomes a contest again when North Geelong should have had the ball. Young Alice picks the ball up and decides to run through the middle of the ground. Puts a boot into the ball. He's looked to target up there, and I think it's Chug. And Chug will take the mark. He gives his first handball for the year. It goes over to Molivus. Molivus onto Calvert. Calvert lines up for goals, and he's just missed, I think. No. Yes, he has. Geez, they're a bit slow, these goal umpires. The Wakin, nice little left foot boot to an unattended player there in Fitzsimmons again. Fitzsimmons starting to come into it. He's played okay. Puts it up towards the half-forward flank. And it's a good mark over there by Fred. He picks the ball up now, puts it in towards the centre half-forward position. It's a one-on-one. Elsie's good at these, and he takes a great mark, Elsie.
You have the scores for the three-quarter times in other games, Dale?
We do. We'll just might let's go through for a goal first, then we'll give them straight away, mate. But some interesting results.
There's one I don't want to hear.
They're on the board, Grubby. Let me tell you that. They're on the board.
I just put my eyes down and looked at that result, and I nearly died.
Come on, not Elsie now. Needs this, maybe not to help him win the game, but it needs it for his confidence to next week. And he puts the boot into the ball, but it's dragged away a little bit. And the umpire says 1 point.
So 5 goals, 8 now to North Geelong, 17-15 to Geelong West are on the board. They've kicked 2 goals, 4 to Inverleigh, 23-11. So the ball has been kicked in, a long kick straight up the middle of the ground, and that man Hardingham has taken the mark. He chipped it out wide. I don't know whether he saw Allsop standing in the sun, and Allsop's able to go back and gather the ball, goes over the top, goes to Greed, has Allsop running back inside, and Allsop should run inside and heads towards Hable. The kick's not good. Hardingham gets across, knocks the ball to the ground, picked up. Handball goes back to Kennedy, and Kennedy now running the wrong way. Time to steady, prop, kicks short. Simmons by himself, talked into the ball there by Montgomery, and he plays on now. Ball comes out in the tackle, and Fitzsimmons stuck there with his 2 feet on the ground. And big Kane Swinnerson, who's rucked most of the day, will come in and have a shot for goal.
I think we'll put that down to a brain fade, Grubby.
Yeah, well, if it was, he probably took a step too far. But look, this fella, this big Swinnerson, he hasn't given up. He's probably been beaten in the ruck for a bloke who's 3 foot taller than him, but he's still in there fighting and scrapping as he comes in and puts the ball on its way, and the umpire moves away, and unfortunately for him it's 1 point. I think they made a mistake. Both players went to the play. You've got to hang off, use your brains, but they've been pretty good.
So the ball brought back into play quickly. Greed tassling there with Simmons. Hasn't going to get forward line again. With the left hand, Hardingham knocks the ball behind, goes now to the front of the contest. Kennedy running away from goal again, goes back to Simmons. Simmons tries to get around the oncoming player, high tackle, and the free kick goes back to Sean Simmons to be taken in the back pocket for the Werribee side.
God, he's thrown that over the fence.
Yep.
So the ball has returned now, and Simmons has the ball, kicks round the boundary line towards the half-back flank. Hardingham in the middle, good work, knocks the ball to the ground, goes towards a player there in Anderson. He was pushed. Ellis was coming the other way, and had just picked up the ball and was away. But the free kick going back to Anderson. He steps inside, has player in the middle of the ground, and that's Fletcher. Goes in that direction. He takes the mark, chips the ball short, goes towards Bryant over the top, but it's just got enough carry, and Bryant able to get back and take the mark. Goes forward again. This time the kick wasn't as good. Fitzsimmons can't take it. Mollivis was there, picked up by Van Creek, and the ball comes out, picked up there, and now it's through the, I think it's Smith or Kennedy. Kennedy it is, chips the ball back inside, and a good mark and chip, and has found his fellow defender there in Langfield, who changes direction and goes back to the base side of the ground. Mark has been taken wide by Leach, kicks round the corner. Tadaro running forward by himself, has one bounce. Oh, he's a good shepherd there. He was actually going to run back inward, I thought, but he's straightened himself up, goes forward, and there it is again, another mark to Kelbert. Chug. One of the two. One of them doesn't get the other one. Well, Keisha out in front again, and Keisha, nice kick, and the ball delivered nicely to him. And Dean Keisha takes the mark.
Obviously got the gripper on today, but those hands have been absolutely spectacular. First time grabs about 3 times in a row. His opponent's been all over him, but he's just been able to get the jukes out and take strong grabs, and I think he's very, very promising future for this player.
The good thing is Matheson has come off the ground. I'd say he was not too well early in the game. He hurt his ankle again, I think, so he's taken some time off, and it gives the responsibility to some of the North Geelong younger players. But Dean Keisha, we said, out of the under-18s last year. Nice kick of goal, usually. Kicks up towards goal, and again, this time just taking it across the face, as he did in the last kick for goal. 17-16 now with the Werribee side, and Allsop has the ball in the half-back flank and goes wide and kicks wide. Fitzsimmons can't take the mark and working just as hard, and the ball's in the hands of Watts. He gets the kick away as he's tackled, but it only goes as far as Mollivis on centre wing. Plays on, has options everywhere, goes to Tadaro, steadies, has a little short kick, and forward of him is Chug, and Chug just inside forward 50 takes the mark. Goes to the boundary line side of the ground, player out there by himself. I think it's Cullen. No, it's not. It's Carlton. Carlton swings, kick particularly. This time we've got Chug, who's pushed forward, and
It's
Brendan
Calvert.
Calvert. Oh, jeez.
They all look alike out there, don't they?
I should look for that armband. I think that'll pick him out nicely for me. Same hairstyles, maybe a bit more colour in Chug's hair. But Simon Calvert comes in. He's only 20 metres out from goal. Forward, 45-degree angle. And you would think for a player of this calibre would kick the goal. Players in the goal square seem to like it, and so does the goal umpire.
And such an important player, just hasn't been near the ball enough.
Well, I haven't seen him play, but if he's a link player, sometimes you need for your side to be going a little bit better.
Yeah.
He did a lot of hard grunt work last week. He was sensational in there last week. He was strong in all the tackles and everything, so he might be just having a day off today, and you'll have that with the kids with your consistency. But the ball's now with Fletcher on the centre wing. He steps back inside. He drops the ball as he does it. Tadaro goes in and picks it. I don't know how he came out the back side of it, but he came out. He unfortunately handballed the ball to Greed of North Geelong, and he kicked the ball forward. It's not going to travel great distances, but on ground level, ball's flicked out by Fletcher. Oh, good play there from, I think it's Smith. No, it's not. It's... I'm not too sure who that player was for the Werribee side, but it's come out. It's back in the centre is Swenison, who kicks the ball back into attack. Well, Fitzsimmons one-handed, comes to Elsie, has time to steady, goes back by hand to Bryant. Bryant goes wide towards Fitzsimmons. Fitzsimmons stops, props, and kicks round the corner. And that will be his first goal of the afternoon. And
they go, the big boys. Oh, great knockout this time from North Geelong. Hardingham's been beaten in the centre, but out it comes now. It doesn't all avail as Montgomery gets it down towards Shembry. Shembry just loses the ball in the tackle, and it's picked up by Montgomery, who butted up well. But the North Geelong defence punch it out towards the wing position. That's picked up by Langfield, who gives it to Kennedy. Kennedy's in a bit of trouble, and he's going to get caught with the ball, and the umpire says yes, that's holding the ball, pays the advantage. In comes Bryant again. Here comes Bryant. He's gone a long way out, but he's had a good shot for goal, but he's missed the goal. 1 point to North Geelong. Kicked out there to Leach. Leach gets a hand on the ball just in time and then picks it up. Gives a nice little kick out to Johns, who's on his own by a mile. He's got Molivus running with him. He elects not to use him. Now he elects to. Gives it to Molivus. Molivus gives it back to Johns. That's just about how much time they had as Johns puts it in the direction to Calvert, who goes up one hand and marks for the other. A magnificent mark. With this win, maybe too far out to score. Would have liked to have seen him run with his back to the play, but and he comes now. He's seen the lead. He's popped it up too high for Keisha, and good play by the North Geelong defence. Out it comes now. Shembry's in there. It's picked up by, you can't see him, is Tadaro. Tadaro comes in towards the goal square. The North Geelong defence is standing firm. Comes out to Anderson puts it up towards the half-back flank, but Tadaro's in the thick of things again. Only small but very quick. He gets a boot the ball towards Cornish up there in the forward line, which is an unusual thing. And the ball is picked up again by Cornish. Knocked out of the pack. Little bit scraggly here at the moment, but the Centrals get the ball now through Tadaro for the third time in as many minutes. Puts it up to Keisha, who can't mark, and it goes rust through for 1 point.
Tadaro's been very good. I've actually been really impressed with his game today. He's been able to take some players on and has been very evasive, so good on him.
Yeah, well good place. Good pace. So the ball now kicked in by Jared Bryant, goes straight down the middle. Will put it in hands in the back there. The umpire's seen it. The advantage has been paid, and away we go. And it's through Pittman, who kicks the ball to the half-forward line, and out in front Fitzsimmons. So he's taken the mark, has time to swing. Elsie's on the move in the goal square. One-on-one contest, goes long and over the top. Elsie would think great positioning. Unfortunately, Simmons just underneath the flight of the ball, and Elsie better judgment maybe, and the ball has carried to him. So a nice kick there from Fitzsimmons, and North Geelong a chance to kick another goal.
They just haven't given him enough chances for the day, LC, because I think he would have had Simmons measure with a little bit more precise kicking and even more kicking into the forward line.
Van Creeken standing in the goal square by himself if he wants to go to him, but I think from that distance, Toddy, you go back and kick the goal, son. So Elsie comes in. That's a better looking kick off the boot.
Exactly.
Umpire runs a long way across.
He's going to the beach.
He might be going down to cool off already, but the goal. So ball back in the centre of the ground. Hardingham doesn't get the first one, but definitely got the second one down. That's knocked forward. Picked up there by Anderson. Goes backwards. Players running back there is de Blasio. He goes back and he finds Van Creeken, who chips the ball. Goes towards Swenison, who takes the mark. Johns arrives late, but Swenison has the mark and or free kick, whichever you like. So Kane Swenison has all slop wide. That's a good place to go to. He'll swing on his left foot. He'll go straight for goal here, the big fella. Loads up, goes long. Has it got the distance? No, it hasn't. Simmons puts his hands up and touches it right on the line. It's unusual for Allsop not to have scored a goal in a game of footy because he does love to creep forward. But a minor score. Simmons goes wide. Good chip. Ball's brought back inside now. Ends up with Alagona. Alagona chips wide. Comes back to the Melbourne Road side of the ground. Picked up by Smith, who takes the mark. Takes his second bounce. Now his third. There's his fourth. He doesn't know whether he's got the blokes pressing down on him, but he's able to get his kick away. Goes towards Big Shimmery. Oh, that's a free kick.
He hasn't paid it, has he?
He did. The umpire, the trailing umpire, got it and rewarded it very quickly. This goes to Chug. Chug goes looking for Keisha. Out in front again. Hands up. Can't take the first grab. Goes back and collects it the second time. Picked up there now. Quick handball. Ryan Cornish from about the top of the square. Runs in. And Ryan Cornish, he kicks his first goal of the afternoon. Maybe the first goal from the year.
Talk out there. They're pretty full on as up goes the ball. Comes out to Gully. Can't pick the ball up. It comes out now to, well, that's Johns again who's snuck in there and puts the ball up into towards the forward line. Calvert's come out for a diving mark. The umpire says it bounced. No, he's paid it. I thought it bounced, but the umpire's paid it.
Have to go to the replay, I think, Grubb.
Action replay,
Need the replay.
Dunno. Come on.
Yeah, I think he might be found out on that. You do that in cricket and you called it cheat. You do that in football and they say, well done, son. But got another chance for another goal here, Simon Calvert. No, something's happened there. But, there's been something happened behind the play, and now Kane Swinnison gets the free kick, and he decides to put it up in the direction of Fitzsimmons, who can't quite take the mark. Oh, it's come out here now to Greed, who's probably picked up his game a bit. He's playing okay. He's put the ball in a good spot for Elsie, but there's too many defenders down there. It's punched away towards Kennedy. Kennedy picks it up now. He's got plenty of time now. He's almost run out of it, but he's found Langfield. Langfield onto the right boot. Puts it out towards the half-back flank. Out there is, it's a long way away. It might be Braden Smith, is it? Can't quite see. Puts it up towards the wing position. It's not a good kick, but Tadaro makes it look like one as he grabs a ball with speed. He runs away. He's going to get nabbed, and he's caught holding the ball.
There are two of your cricket players on the ground out there, mate. Yeah. Tadaro and Fletcher. Fletcher transfers the ball back to the half-forward line. It's McKnight from North Geelong now. Has the ball, goes back. Thought he's going back to Fletcher, but coming up the ground is de Blasio, and he takes the mark. So de Blasio now turns, goes forward. Fitzsimmons out in front. Good spoil there from Smith. Goes to Gallo. Picks the ball up now. Has plenty of time. Went for the handball, then decided he'll kick it himself. Goes outside 50. Back towards centre wing. Player coming forward. It's picked up there by Anderson. He's tackled as he got rid of the ball. And at ground level, I think it's Cullen over there. Knocks the ball forward. But players keep falling over. Big rescue gets down, picks the ball up. West arcs his back, goes forward. Player coming out this time, Calvert. Into towards Cornish. Cornish again. Steadies from 15, 20. And that's probably why he's a backline player.
Why he's in the backline.
So 1 goal, 1 to Ryan Cornish. 19 goals, 18 to the Werribee side. 8 goals, 10 North Geelong. Young Onturk, I think it is, kicking out, goes straight up the ground, and Bryant by himself takes an uncontested mark.
Good kick.
Went to swing back on his right foot. John's just taking a couple of metres as he's walking in, but he goes now, goes looking for wards. Kane Swinnison.
That's a free
He picks
kick.
the ball up. Yes, you're probably right. Didn't have his eyes on the ball. Gets around the umpire and rescue. Goes towards Allsop. Long handball. Has Greed by himself in space, has time to steady, goes forward, looks for Elsie, puts it out in front of him to encourage him to run to the ball, but a good spoil there in defence, has come down, picked up there, or tried to be picked up by Pittman. He goes back and collects it, gets through the contest. That's good play. Steadies from about 30 metres out directly in front, and good play from the young fella, kicks the goal, and I think he's another...
Up it goes. Big rescue and didn't get the free kick, which he shouldn't have got anyway. Up it comes out to Greed again. Greed's playing a pretty good last quarter as he runs around onto the wing position, puts it in towards half-forward flank. Little de Blasio gets the ball, puts it on to Bryant, and Bryant misses everything and kicks it straight out in the full. Now, there's no one over there, so I think it's
Simmons.
Simmons picks the ball up and just runs with it and puts it out to the half-forward flank, but he puts it down Big Allsop's throat. Is he going to have a shot from the boundary? Yes, he is. He's put it right into the teeth of goals, and a great mark. Magnificent mark by the big tall fella in Brady Watts. And Brady Watts down a little bit in the first half, done some nice things in the second half, and has got a good future in front of him. But don't miss it, son. Put it right through, get a bit of confidence.
Yeah, no, his reliance upon these young blokes is pretty heavy, but as I said, he's a young kid, plenty of maturity in this young bloke, so nice finisher usually.
And a nice kick for goal, straight through the centre, and 1 goal to Brady Watts.
And in the air, No play actually went for it. This time Retzke knocks the ball forward. It's Fletcher who takes the ball from centre wing. He's coming off that position. Kicked the ball forward again towards Fitzsimmons. Just edges his player Smith under the ball and gets the ball, and now it's kicked off the ground. Goes toward Watts, who seems to be spending a little bit of time up forward in this quarter. And a contest at centre half forward. Good handball outside. Picked up there by Greed, and Greed goes towards goal.
It's a goal.
It's a nice goal there from Greed. And the 11th, Reschke doesn't quite get the tap, but he tries to get the second one. He goes towards Alice. Not too sure what the free kick was paid for there. Umpire says he threw it when he slapped the ball down. I don't know if that was right. Anyway, the ball goes to Swennerson, to Van Creek, and again, North Geelong go long towards de Blasio. Good spoil from behind at the front of the contest. It was going to be Fitzsimmons, but Tadaro coming off the wing, picks the ball up. Just gets knocked as he takes collection of the ball. It goes towards Van Creek, and he's tackled. So the pressure from both sides still good. Picked up there, and Pittman he is also tackled. So both sides relentless in this last quarter, making sure that no team will gain ground. And the ball at the centre half forward position for North Geelong.
Umpire decides to throw it up now. Up go the ruckman. Was Reschke, got a punch out, but it's picked up by Allsop on the left foot. He's just blazed away. It's going to go out of bounds. No, it just stays in, and Simmons is in front. But Elsie putting pressure on him. Simmons gets it back towards Cornish, who may have got a slight touch, but play on's the call. He gets the ball out towards himself again and tries to pick it up. Can't do so this time. Almost does for the third time. But good defence comes out to North Geelong, but it's picked up by Anderson. Anderson puts it up towards Greed. Over to
Bryant.
Over to Bryant. Yes, Bryant puts it over.
Van Creek into Greed.
Back to Greed. Oh, and he's fluffed the kick. And
got the speed wobbles.
Tadaro. Yeah. Tadaro now puts it down towards the 4 line, but a good mark. He's played on and been caught. What's he going to play? Then it's got to be 50.
Yeah.
That wasn't awareness, was it?
It's got to be 50. As I couldn't pick that bloke up, it comes back out to Bryant now. Bryant up towards the half-forward flank. Little touch in the back. No, it wasn't Palin's a call. Picked up by Watts, I think it is, or Fletcher, no.
Fletcher right.
It comes out towards Smith. Braden Smith puts it out towards Shembry. He's gone a little bit quiet since the first quarter, Shembry, or first half. Allsop puts his hand in. He's got a free kick behind the play. A touch there to Cornish, and Cornish will take the free kick on centre wing position at Osborne Park.
They both go and stand the mark. Rubbing the left Shembry by himself. Cornish has seen him. He just hasn't had the kick, but he's put it out in front. He runs onto the ball, goes into forward line. Keisha, Kelbert both there. Oh, a nice little tap there by Keisha, but Kelbert just ran past the ball. Kick off the ground there by Onturk. Coming in is Cornish, and Cornish who pushes forward again, and I think we need to push him back because he's not kicking too well now. Might have got the first one coming out of defence. And it was Swennerson. But
104 to Sydney 10-5-65.
So Bow with the ball. It's been thrown back into play. That's Calvert who picks the ball off the back of the contest, goes in towards centre forward. Coming through was Bryant. And Bryant, again, probably a little bit quieter than last week. But again, the expectation of these young kids might be a bit too much for us up here in the box. But it's a nice kick. Comes out wide, finds Allsop. Usually a good kick. Fitzsimmons is going to be the target, but he got himself too close to the man on the mark. Still gets some distance. Fitzsimmons picks the ball up. Can't get the handball out. How does the umpire see it? He had no opportunity, says the umpire.
Whatsoever.
And a good call by Grubby. And the umpire will come in and take possession.
Like that.
I might not have said if it was a point the difference, though.
Reschke doing the ruck work against Swennerson. Then he forgets about the ball. Player goes in and gets the ball was Langfield. He taps the ball over the top. Leach appears with the ball. A nice little quick handball, and Ryan Cornish again. That's a better kick going forward. It's a nice kick out in front. Carlton's in front. Player sweating on his Swennerson, and the ball run by the umpire. Bryant just taps the ball back to the boundary. Grab everything. So that's what you expect, and that's what you like to see.
Done well.
So Ellis with his head over the ball with strength stands up, comes out of the contest. Well done. Goes towards Cornish, and Cornish, he must enjoy this run up the field a bit further. Kicks the ball inside, goes towards Chug, and I got it right this time, Grub, I reckon, haven't I? 33, that's him. Goes on the left foot, goes looking for his mate Calvert. All hands in the back, just pushed under the ball. At the back of the pack, Casey leads. Now Woods arrives, can't pick the ball up. Good pressure, goes towards Fletcher. Tadaro chases him down. Two young quick kids. Ball goes towards centre wing, and Chug's there by himself. Comes ball back inside, and Leach has taken the mark. 50, goal. Goes long, goes direct, and Bryant back in the goal square takes a good mark. So Bryant has options, two of them, this side of the ground, and we're talking about the Melbourne Road side. Goes towards Fitzsimmons, now has Allsop further afield as the siren sounds to end the game here at Osborne Park, which will see Werribee Central run out victors, 19 goals, 18. We believe the scoreboard is incorrect, but the umpires will soon tell us. They have defeated.